welcome back to my channel and thanks for hanging out with me today. So today we're gonna go ahead and talk about episode 6 of Tsurune. This one was pretty interesting. So let's go ahead and start off with the first thing that we get in this episode, which was Onogi wants to be able to do like this thing called a bow turn, which when they showed it with Ryohei, I was kind of like, I don't understand. But it wasn't until I saw Masaki do it. And by the way, Kyoto Animation did such a spectacular job animating that. Like, it was so beautifully done, and especially like seeing like him like first like they show him like shooting the arrow, right? But then they replay it again but give us a close-up of the bow and like what exactly it does, and we see it turn. And I thought that was freaking amazing. Like, I don't know, I thought that was a really cool shot to see, and it was really beautifully done, and I was just like everyone else, I was just kind of like in awe just seeing that. But anyway, besides that, Masaki is in full coach mode, and I definitely think that he makes a really good coach, and he's super duper hands-on, and I like that. And you can tell that he's trying to give everyone like advice and trying to like tell them like how to do it and stuff. Like, he shows them obviously, but also kind of like helps them like with their posture and stuff like they need help with, so they can kind of get the idea, which I thought was really sweet. And what I loved is that he pretty much tells Onogi not to rush it with the bow turn, that it will just come naturally, and pretty much tells him not to really think about it, and that's really not important as long as he's able to shoot properly. He's like, well, you know, right now you're good, it's better not to change anything, you know, it's fine, blah blah. And yeah, but Onogi for whatever reason wants to do that. I think he tells us why, but like Masaki is just like, you know, Mr. Wanna Be Cool, and he's like, that's not the reason, which I thought was really funny how he kind of pokes fun at him. And one thing that Masaki said about the shots was really interesting, and I thought was really beautiful, was which I wrote it down, was when he says you know, a beautiful shot won't always hit, but a proper shot ends up being like really pretty. So I was like, yeah, like, I mean, he showed it and then he like pretty much said it too, which I thought was really nice, and I was like, I agree. But anyways, basically he's telling Onogi, just don't focus on the prettiness, just do what you can, and when you succeed, basically, it's when it really shines through and becomes beautiful. On top of all this, we also learn a little bit of Masaki's grandfather. So throughout this episode, we learned that his grandfather was the one who taught him, and when Minato kind of asks about his grandpa and stuff, there's like a hint of like sadness in Masaki. He's just kind of lost in thought, and I was like, oh, was it something that he wasn't supposed to mention? But then he like changes his like face completely, and he's like back to his old self, which I was like, like there's something there, which towards the end of the episode we kind of get an explanation of why he was kind of, I don't want to say distant, but a little bit like just keeping it to himself and really quiet and just thinking about it. And from what he said, it basically seems like his grandpa and him were close, but at the same time they weren't close, just because of how he was taught. His grandpa seemed like he was really tough on him, and he just did not like that, and he hopes that he can be someone better than his grandpa was, which I was like, huh. And he tells Tomei sensei that, you know, he's like, I don't want to be like my grandpa, I don't want to teach like him, which is why he's like teaching the kids differently in his own way, and that he hopes that they become decent archers, and if he can do that, that's all that he wants out of this. And he's like, I don't know what it is that I'm really seeking, I don't know if it's really revenge, forgiveness, and I forgot the other thing that he said, but I was like, interesting. I thought that was really interesting, and especially hearing out Masaki's like thoughts and how he really feels about his grandpa. it looks like he like it's his family. I'm pretty sure he doesn't like obviously have anything bad about him. I'm pretty sure he loved him, but like teaching wise, it looks like he wasn't the best coach ever. And this is also the reason why he ended up deciding to teach the kids, the students, the guys, whatever you want to call them. Which, again, was a really, really interesting little backstory right there. And it really just shows you that, you know, like, I like how he was like, I'm sorry for having, like, this, bad intentions or whatever. And I was like, they're not bad intentions. You just want to be better than your grandpa. Like, you just want to be a good person. It makes me love him even more. Anywho, moving on from the focus, from Minato. Masaki! Every time I do these videos, I always get the two confused and I'm like, wait! Wrong person! But anyways, as I was saying, Minato! He talks about this guy named Shu, which is our other pretty boy that I was very, very interested in. We did get a little bit of a glimpse of this pretty boy, which is Shu, back in like the first, I think it was the second or third episode, somewhere around there. They were in the same club in middle school, and I'm assuming they were close based on how Seiya and Minato were talking about him. And the reason why he was brought up was because Minato was like, you know I don't understand people very well and I suck at telling you guys my feelings, but I really want to try hard and like let you guys know what I'm feeling and what I'm thinking and stuff like that. Basically, he wants to communicate better with everybody. So Seiya is like, are you gonna do that with Shu? And Minato kind of like tenses up a little bit, and you can kind of tell that something happened between those two, between Shu and Minato, but we exactly obviously don't know what. And I'm pretty sure the cause of it was his target panic, and on top of that, Minato not communicating properly. So I cannot wait to see like the whole backstory between these two characters, because I thought that was really interesting. And then we focus again to Shu, where there's like these two twins where they start trash talking a little bit of Minato, and the whole time like obviously Shu is like pretty much calm and like doesn't say anything really. And again, like I was saying before, the twins speak about him, and that's when he starts speaking up, and he's just like, oh, like, what are you guys doing? Are you guys doing this intentional? And you can kind of see that this, like, the twins trash talking about his old teammate didn't sit well with him. At least that's what I think. That was the feeling that I got when I was looking at him. And personality wise, Shu, I know they call him like the prince and stuff like that, but like to me he seems like so like, I don't want to say distant, but he kind of pretty much keeps to himself and is really, really quiet, and just he doesn't talk unless spoken to. So yeah, we got to know him just like a little bit, and from that whole part with him, it does seem that he does think about Minato a lot. And I'm pretty sure he's wondering if he's still doing archery, and wondering if he's doing okay. Who knows? Like, it's really hard to really read him, but it does look like he does worry for his old teammate or friend, whatever you want to call it. Which I can't wait to see the confrontation between him and Minato. And it looks like everyone at Shu's school, which from what I remember, that's like the top archery school that Minato was supposed to go to, by the way. Which shows you like how good Minato was. And one of the guys remembers Minato, but they can't remember his name or anything. He was like, Shu wasn't the only person that had like a really beautiful performance. And we see like this image of Minato, and I was like, huh, so I guess people do remember him but don't really remember him, especially because of what happened in Target Panic, which the twins remember Minato because of his Target Panic and how it unfolded that match. And like I said, Shu wasn't too happy about them talking about his friend. I don't know what to make of Shu, other than, like I said, I really do want to get to know him a little bit more. But yeah, it's gonna be really interesting to see him and Minato like reunite and see like what's gonna happen, what are they gonna talk about. Is Minato really going to be able to properly talk to him? Because he does struggle a little bit still, but he did promise to make an effort to at least try. So we'll see what happens in the next episode, because the next episode is called Reunion, so I'm like, ah! But I'm really excited. We're getting more information on these characters and things are progressing now that, you know, we finally got over the whole bonding with the teammates and stuff. But yeah, anyway, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing me ramble on and, you know, just hear me talk about this week's episode of Tsurune. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!